This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome in from the road up in Fort Saskatchewan as we get set for tomorrow's home opener at Rogers Place in the Heart of Ice District in downtown Edmonton for what will be the Oilers 2022-2023 season get-up, where they will face the Vancouver Canucks in Game 1 of a grueling 82 game schedule. So I've come to learn over the past several years that we just will not be able to predict from the start of it. However, folks, tomorrow a fun day planned. Of course, working behind the scenes to get the schedule hammered out with Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic to try and get this thing figured out for your pre-games, your post-games, and whatever else we can sneak in along the way. That's going to be the fun part. Is obviously it's very easy, as anyone that knows how to do any kind of content creation in hockey, to figure out how to do a pre-game, how to do a post-game. Although a post-game fight in the crowds leaving Rogers Place, that one could be interesting. However, we'll figure that one out. But the stuff in between is what I'm really excited for. And of course, secondary to that is, if you followed both our channels long enough, you do know that Patrick and I did run into each other. What was it? In April during one of the Oilers games, we made a point of meeting up and at least shaking hands and saying, hey, best of luck with everything going forward this summer, and can't wait to hopefully see you sometime next year. Well, that sometime next year is here, and we're excited. Just creeping over the shoulder. I love it. Yeah, we're excited to finally get some content rolling together. It's something that he's bugged me a long time about, so now I finally got on bugging him, and here we go. Instead of just doing something over the internet, why not get live in person down at Rogers Place and really try and bide into the excitement that is the Edmonton Oilers home opener here for 2022-2023. So, that said, my friends... See, obviously I'm looking at my own webcam on the screen in front of me, so I'm killing myself here laughing. No, so big thing today is Ken Holland announced Devin has been brought back up by the Oilers and Philip Broberg has been sent down. What that equals out to is a rough cap savings, I think, of like 13,000 or something. So on that daily cap average, the Oilers are already aggressively trying to save dollars. And I think one thing that I've seen kind of crop up today out of this is obviously Fogle and Yamamoto remain kind of hurt, banged up, whatever you want to say, and doubtful, in a word, for the home opener tomorrow night. Typically in this situation, that does not scare Jay Woodcroft. Jay Woodcroft would be like, no problemo, we'll go 11-7. Well, you do the math. If we started the season with Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, Bouchard, Murray, Barry, Broberg, and we've now sent Broberg down, it's 11-6. And that's kind of funny, but also not funny, because we're now in that situation a couple of other NHL teams found themselves in last season, where you're already a man down without being a man down just because of cap implications. So, yeah, that's the interesting part there for the Oilers, is you're a man down unintentionally, intentionally, just because of how the cap works. And that kind of sucks. You're going 11-6. But for the Oilers, I'm going to pitch this to you. And I know, like, obviously, opinions are like something else and everyone has one. But I almost would say the 11-7, the 11-6 format, 11 formats, 11 forwards is almost more advantageous for the Oilers. Right? Is you think about how it goes, is the Oilers like to double shift Draisaitl, they like to double shift McDavid, they like to double shift the top line, they like to run the power play out there for 2 minutes at a time. So for the Oilers, it's not a situation that they should be incapable of handling. And Jay Woodcroft should be the man very capable of making the most of an 11-6 group, just because of the way, the nature of the players you have and the way your roster is constructed, is that 12th guy, whether you want to say it's Derek Ryan, Devin Shore, to a degree, whoever else on that line at a time, whether it be Yamamoto or whether it be Foegele, if one of those guys is banged up still but good enough to go, but you're going to limit them as soon as they get a little bit more nicked up in game action, right? The injury re-aggravates itself, and you're going to only end up playing them for 2.5 minutes. You're almost better off to go 11-6 and just keep it safe, play it safe. Don't end up with more people on the LTIR. No, 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 man. That's enough of a mess. But quite simply, right? Just go out there and play your 11-6 because that 2.5 to 7 minutes of ice time that you're going to divvy to your 12th forward is not going to cost you. You're not a defenseman short. That's where for the Oilers this is not a problem, is you're not a defenseman short. You're starting a fresh season, right? You can rest Connor, you can rest Leon as the season progresses. But obviously tomorrow night, if it's anything like I'm dreaming it up to be, it's going to be a very important special night. A, for the fans in the stands, but B, for the hockey team on the ice wearing the Oilers colors, that being the Oilers. So they're going to have to go out there and really give it their all tomorrow night. I think you know what I'm alluding to, and I don't think I've seen anything mentioned from the Oilers officially on it. So we'll wait to see that before I hype up something that might not be going on. But for the Oilers, it's going to be a big night tomorrow night, whether it's something I'm talking about or whether it's just the home opener. So to go out there, you don't want to realistically just waste your own time by getting somebody injured when they don't need to be. And secondary to that, you've got the staff that Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, if they have to run out there for 23.5 minutes apiece tomorrow night, they get a head start on the NHL points lead. That's literally all that means, the 11-6. So Broberg goes down. That's why you're 11-6. Devin Shore comes up to obviously replace Kyler Yamamoto and Warren Foegele in that 11-6 combination. And you find yourself less than, well, I was going to say 48 hours, less than 24 hours away from getting this whole crazy season underway at last. And it's going to be one complicated mess for the Oilers for the next little while. But that's where obviously you see today, right? Rumors about Klingberg popping up again. Rumors about Jonathan Taves popping up again. Well, all right, guess what, right? Is all of a sudden you're talking about money in, money out, and there's a potential to really start moving things around if you start messing around with those. I don't want to try to discuss those at 9:15 on a Tuesday night after driving 3.5 hours from Airdrie up to Fort Sask. So I will just reserve comment on any of that, other than to say that there is obviously stuff in the works for the Oilers here early and often to begin this season, whether it be roster management, trades, or even Jason Demers, who's on a PTO now with Bakersfield. So keep that in mind, folks. There's a lot going on with the Oilers as we head into tomorrow. But as we get together tomorrow with Patrick, we'll kind of have a better scope of what everything's looking like for the Oilers going into that 8 p.m. puck drop. It's probably going to be a little bit past 8 p.m. tomorrow, but we'll get there eventually, and we'll have ourselves a good night. Section 109, we're going to be rocking, and I have to honestly say, that's about it for us here on Dolynny TV tonight, me and my co-stars in the back there. Have yourselves a great Tuesday night, and, well, let's go Oilers! It is game day tomorrow, my friends. I am up on out of here.